and down. Yo, let's get into business right now. How you feel about forced gratuity, all these things, credit card fees? What's your take on that? That's going on right now.
What's your opinion on? I'm running a small business. That's kind of a slippery slope. I get it. But you're a consumer. You
Right.
go out to eat. You do these fancy brunches. I see you
I
on
wish I did.
Instagram.
I wish I did. I
You know,
didn't get
you
nothing
Ivy,
this
you an Ivy Wall
I'm
guy.
not Ivy Wall guy, but I tell you
You
what
taking
I
a
am.
picture from the wall.
No, but
$50 eggs.
I tell you what I am. Oh, 50 eggs going crazy. But I tell you what I am. I'm a food truck consumer at work, right?
Okay.
We work in kind of a food desert in Midtown, and the food trucks come out there, and you get some food from a food truck, $15. When you go to swipe your card, it's already an extra 10 on there sometimes. I'm spending $20, $30 at the food truck just to get something to eat. It's crazy, Coach. Now, if it's good service, if it's a trusted product, if I got a good rapport with the guys or the gals on the food truck, I don't mind kicking out. But don't push it on me. I'm a working man. I'm trying to figure it out too.
No, hey, bro. I mean, you just said a mouthful again, man. No, I feel the same exact way. And I think you and I had a conversation one day in the gym. And I told one of my family members I went somewhere and I'm not gonna name the restaurant. I should. The place sells hot wings.
Chill.
The place sells wings.
Right.
And, I guess nowadays, man, somebody like me who's in sweats and sneakers all day. I guess I look like a door dasher.
Oh.
I'm gonna look like an Uber Eats. When I go in a restaurant in the middle of the afternoon, I gotta be like, can you seat me? Oh, we thought you were picking some food. Nah, I want to sit and eat. I'm here for literal lunch.
Oh, wow.
So it's an issue when I go in the restaurant with even getting a seat.
Mm.
And I sit down and go, can I get a server? And you come, you serve me. Food might be mid at best. $25, $30 on 10 wings, some fries, and a drink.
For some mid.
For mid food. And I got to ask you for a refill on my Coke, a soda, my tea. But then you bring that check, and out of being an owner, you're going to go ahead and give them that 25. I told my family member today, I said, no, I'm going to stop doing that. I'm going to start giving you what I get. Get it how I get it. You give me mid-service, you give me mid-food. I'm going to go back to them days when I was 15, 16. All I got is an extra dollar for you, dog. You have to earn. Yeah, I work hard for my bread.
Especially in this day and age.
Hey, bro.
We're talking about $50 eggs here.
$50 eggs, some eggs and sausage and bacon that you don't put an Ivy Wall up behind and want to not just overcharge me for some breakfast food, which is the most inexpensive thing that you can get.
Right.
Then you want to add a gratuity on top of 2 to 3 people sitting here on bad service.
Is it insulting the consumer, or is it just disrespectful? What brought you to this point?
Well, I think it's kind of twofold. I don't want to say it's disrespectful to the consumer because in the day you also got to look at the service industry people.
Okay.
Because unfortunately a lot of these restaurants and businesses are having to do it because folks don't tip.
Right.
They go in there and they're not leaving a gratuity, even when the service is good or bad. And regardless, you're still being served. You should always still tip.
Right. That's the basis.
That right. So if you're going to some of these places, man, and you're not tipping, you're not leaving anything. Of course, there's cause and effect, right? So what do you think's going to end up happening? Well, hey, you complain about there's no help. You complain about there's no servers. But the restaurants can't keep no servers because the clientele don't tip. So why would I want to work in a restaurant, no matter how good a service I deliver, the clients who are coming in here ain't tipping because whatever the restaurant's premise is on that.
Oh.
So now the restaurant says, hey man, if I want to be able to hire and retain employees, we got to force y'all to tip.
Right. Gotta pay them.
So you got to look at the whole infrastructure as a whole when it comes to that. So in the day, you got to look at the business itself and make sure that they're training staff. You got to train a person to serve.
Right.
People don't usually have that kind of skill set in today's time.
No, you have to groom them. You have to show
train
them what
them,
to
man.
do. You have to train them according to your product.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Yep. So if you want to earn my money, just have good service.
Simple as that.
What do y'all think back at home? That's a question I'm gonna put out there in the hot topic. That's our hot topic today. Do you feel that service should be tipped based on the service or just based on the industry standard, which is 15, 20, 25%, no matter what? And again, please, if you are condoning, like we always say, if you are taking service from somebody, you do owe them a tip. The question is at what percentage, and the other question is, should it be forced upon you by the restaurant because for whatever reason, whether the service is good or bad, we're going to force y'all to tip.
Right. We need your feedback in the comments for that. That'd be great, Coach,
Yeah.
to hear what people are going through in the city of Atlanta, all over the world, all over the country.
Yeah. Should you be forced to tip?
Yeah.
So,
Sounds good, Coach.
cool. Hot topic.
Hot topic.